Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Business Over Breakfast. Good morning, Lori.
Good morning, Ben. How are you?
I'm good. It's been a while since I've heard that theme song, and I missed it.
I feel like that. We skipped 1 week, and
I know.
yeah.
And
Well,
it feels like forever.
we skipped the last Tuesday of the month, but now the last Tuesday of every month is going to be Ben and Lori doing marketing Q&A. So
right.
if you have marketing questions, or I guess questions about anything.
Sure.
Ask us anything.
I'll answer questions about politics, science, religion. I don't have answers to them, but I will try. So whatever you got, send it in.
We'll do our best.
Yeah,
right?
Send it into Lori@visualthrive.com.
Yeah.
And I will answer, and I will make Lori answer your philosophical religious questions as well.
Okay.
Is that not
Well,
what we
no.
should-
And if we don't have answers, we're just going to make it
We're
up,
just gonna
right?
make it up.
We're just
It's
gonna
fine.
make it up.
If you have marketing questions, that would be preferable.
Yeah.
But if you don't, we'll construction, whatever we got. All right, let's do your coffee mug.
All right. I really need coffee mugs, but here's one. Do more of what makes you happy. One of the things that makes me really happy this morning is that I am in my home with an amazing cappuccino maker. So what makes me really happy in the morning is cappuccino, fresh cappuccino. So, and let's see, today we're playing a game, I think.
All right. Hold on. I'm coming back.
Okay.
I'm not on full screen. I'm not on screen right now because
I know you're not.
I'm not at my desk.
All right, let me do 2 shout outs. So my partner in crime, Scott, is in Arizona. So if he's watching, I'm giving him a great shout out this morning. It's a little early there, but he's probably awake. And so here's more of what makes me happy, Scott. And I need to give a shout out to Kurt Harrington, the fish guy, because I told him I was going to wear my fish shirt when he was on, and I didn't. And I hate saying I'm going to do something and not do it. So this morning, I particularly put on my fish shirt for the fish guy.
I love it.
Yeah.
I have a mug.
And that makes me happy too.
And this mug represents. I actually saw a Facebook memory this morning that made me very happy. And I have not washed this mug to actually use it yet, but this will be my mug going forward. And the reason is I have a friend named Dustin who runs an Instagram and Facebook called Costanzagrams. And if you are a Seinfeld fan, you should definitely check out Costanzagrams because it's amazing and hilarious. But he is also a videographer for Gary Vaynerchuk.
Mm-hmm.
And last year, in late March, when everything happened, I reached out to him to let them know, because they were trying to do Tea with Gary V, which is a show very, very similar to this. And they were doing it on Zoom with everybody coming in, and it was sort of a hot mess. And the first week of the pandemic, and I reached out to Dustin, who I did not know at the time. And I was like, hey, you don't know me. I have a better solution for you. It's called StreamYard. And then he responded, which was very nice of him. And a year ago today, they switched over to StreamYard, and then Gary V became the face of StreamYard and all. And so I saw in my Facebook memories today that that a year ago to this morning, I woke up and I put on my computer and I noticed that they had switched to StreamYard, and that meant a lot to me. Mm-hmm. So shout out, follow Costanzagrams. Dustin is amazing. He's a wonderful person, on top of being hilarious and all of that stuff. Scott is watching.
He's watching.
Hey, Scott. All right, Lori, let's get to our guest.
All right. Our guest is Chris Mejias, and we are going to bring him right on because I was looking at your website last night, Escape Rhode Island, and I think I don't want to waste any more time in jumping into this really cool business that's been created. So, Chris, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Do you have a coffee mug there, or are you just?
I do. I have an Escape Rhode Island.
Oh, I love that logo too.
It's a great logo.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Escape Rhode Island. The floor is yours.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Yeah. So Escape Rhode Island actually opened up in October 2015. And we were the first escape room in the state, which is very exciting. Our founders had some experience opening up a location in New Haven, Connecticut, and they were really inspired by Providence and what Providence had to offer. You know, it had a great like sense of fun and adventure, as you like see in Waterfire and the gondola river tours, and all like the different public art and the history that is Providence. So yeah, we opened up in October 2015. And it seemed like it was like the perfect fit to kind of have this new form of entertainment at the time. It was almost like part theater, part game, part haunted house. People really didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been at 385 South Main Street, the same location for the last 5 years. Since then, we've built 7 different escape games and one traveling game that we actually would like bring offsite.
Nice.
Yeah, and then this year we started our first outdoor escape room.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I was reading on your site, the one thing I really like actually, because when I think about escaping, I think about being afraid. And I love that you write in your FAQs that like it's not scary, it's all fun. Nobody's gonna jump out at you and scare you. So like I will never go into a haunted house, but this sounds really fun.
Yeah. Yeah, none of our rooms are like, necessarily like horror, like scary. We do have one room, the mausoleum, which is like a little spooky-esque. It's kind of set in a crypt. But by no means like is anyone gonna like jump out at you during the experience.
So tell us a little bit about so for people that want to go in and say, okay, this sounds amazing. I can get a sense as spring comes in Rhode Island, people are like moving, they're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And so if a small group wants to come and jump into one of these escape rooms, like tell us a little bit about like your COVID standards and what they can expect when they enter inside and outside.
Yeah. So we really like bumped up our safety protocols when COVID happened. And we had to pivot and adapt. But we are very proud of how we like handle the situation. And one, to start off, like all of our games are private. So if you're signing up with like your team, you're only going to be your team. So you're not playing with like random people. And our games do require a reservation as well. So there's no like you can't just walk up and play the game. You have to come at like a specific time with your team, and it's only you guys in the room or the experience that you selected.
How many people per team?
So it actually depends. Depends on the game. So our smallest experience is the mausoleum, and that can be up to 4 people. We have 2 other indoor games, the Speakeasy and Space Station Andromeda, and that can be up to 6 people. And then we have Escape the Bunker, which is our largest one, and that can actually be up to 10 people.
Can you give us an example? Like I would choose the Speakeasy just because that sounds fun.
Right?
But like what would happen there?
Yeah, so like the team kind of enters this mystery space, that we've created. So all these rooms are, built, designed, and maintained by our staff here at Escape Rhode Island. And essentially, like, you're not quite sure what to expect. And usually what we tell people that have never played an escape room before is that like your first escape room is usually going to be the hardest escape room you play, regardless of the difficulty like that we're kind of suggesting it might be. Just because you don't really know what to expect, you don't know what to look for, you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, Yeah. But as you like play an escape room or two, and like you kind of like get a sense of, oh, okay, like, I'm supposed to be like looking for this, or I'm supposed to be doing that. You know, you get like a feeling of the room and what you need to kind of continue the game and progress into the next step.
That's so cool. Ben, have you ever done this before?
I know a little bit about escape rooms. I've watched some escape room videos. But and I've, I'm super intrigued by it. I love puzzles. I love,
Then they'd be perfect for you.
yeah. I love figuring out puzzles, and I think that would be a lot of fun. So I'm definitely gonna have to check out Escape Rhode Island.
Yeah, we really do like to like focus on like the different puzzles. Essentially, that's what you're doing when you're inside the room. You're solving as many puzzles as possible, and if you ultimately solve all the puzzles we present you, you'll escape the room. And that puzzle could be, just like looking for, hidden switches or buttons inside the room, or it could be like a more complex puzzle where you're gaining like a note with information on it, where you have to kind of like digest the information and then communicate it to your teammates and stuff like that, and orchestrate something or manipulate something inside the room.
For some people that are watching, it's kind of like a real life video game. Like, there's I know that
without the guns.
Well, I mean, not all video games have guns, but I know there's a Haunted Mansion video game or something. I don't know the name of it, but that I live with my 6-year-old nephew, and he found it on the Wii like months ago, and we were he didn't like it because he was 5 at the time, and he didn't know, like, and it was just all puzzles that you had to figure out in this like old creepy mansion. And I was like, this is like an escape room. This is, and there's so many of those types of games, and this is like bringing that experience into real life. It's full immersion. You go into the room, you're with your friends. It's in person. Like, I think that the need, especially with so many people getting vaccinated now, and in a week or a little over a week, that being opened up to everybody in Rhode Island, more and more people are going to be looking to go out and do things with their friends. And this is such a wonderful, it's like you said, it's self-contained to the people that you're with. So you're not with anyone else when you go in there, which is, plus number one. It's full immersion. It's out of your house. It's exciting. It makes you use your brain. It, like, there are so many positives to this that
it's like a wake you up experience.
It's everyone in Rhode Island that's looking for an escape should go to Escape Rhode Island.
Yeah. What's the outside? What does the outside one look like? Where is it? Is it in the same location?
Yeah, so you actually explore, you stop by our venue briefly and you pick up a backpack from us. And then you use that backpack and the surrounding area, the surrounding neighborhood. So mainly like downtown Providence, more like beginning of the east side area, because that's kind of where we are. We're just like right on like the east side of the river. So I can't say exactly where you go because that's part of the mystery,
Right. Okay.
But
tell me exactly where you are, like near the State House, near University.
No, we're more like down by the southern tip. So you know where the new pedestrian bridge is?
Yes.
Yes. Oh. So we're right over by the new pedestrian bridge.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you were walking across the bridge going towards the east, it kind of like drops you off by like Plant City area.
Yeah.
And we're like almost sharing the same building as Plant City.
Oh, okay. That's great. All right. I think that's important for a lot of people to know, because they could do something like that and then go to Plant City.
Exactly.
Shout out to Plant City.
I want to do that. That sounds amazing.
I know.
I did want to mention too, because we briefly talked about it earlier about like some like the safety protocols that we did, especially for like our in-person one. And other things I just wanted to note, we do currently require that masks be worn at all times, since we are inside. And we also have like a very strict cleaning schedule. So we clean every room after a team comes in. And we also like let it like sit there and air out. We have HEPA air filters that run while the people are inside the games. and we give that room an extended like time after to continue cleaning before we can allow it to be booked again.
Nice.
So we have all these great safety protocols going on.
No, that's really good. Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
How long do you have to complete the room? Because I'm looking here and I see that we have success rates, which are very challenging. Anybody who, anybody who loves a challenge should be looking at this and going, only 28% of people beat that room. I could beat that. I could beat that room. Or like, it took those people 32 minutes to beat the speakeasy. I could do that. I could do that in 25. How long do you have before you enter that gray space on the success rate?
Yeah. So teams have 1 hour inside of the in-person rooms. So they have 1 hour to try and solve everything. And then if, they complete everything beforehand, they essentially get their record time, whatever it may be. And we post like monthly leaderboards every month. So like the top 3 spots are released on our social media platforms and our website. And it kind of like highlights the top 3 teams for each room. And then there's also the all-time best. And actually, as you just had that pulled up, I just noticed Caroline's Pants, that is for Escape the Mausoleum. And that record was actually broken last week. So I need to update our website and put the new team for the all-time best, which is extremely impressive. They did it in 31:11. And that record, the Mausoleum, is our oldest room. It is one of the rooms that was with us from the beginning when we opened in 2015. And that record, Carolina's Pants, had been on there for 4 years.
Oh.
And a team just last week, Escapers is their name, so I'll give them a little shout out. They took the all-time best, which was a very impressive feat.
Can you do the room again? And then if you are like because now you know the formula. So Caroline's Pants could go like, we could do it in 10 minutes now.
Yeah, I mean, in theory you could, but like our kind of like rule is that if you've played the room before, you don't make the leaderboard again, And most teams pretty much only play the room once, because like once you really go through the experience, you've experienced it. And we also do a debrief if you don't kind of complete the room. We run the team through of like how they did, what was left in the room, if they want to see it, and we kind of like go over like the rest of the game. But we have had teams come back and play it like multiple years later or something like that, if that game still exists. We do try to change rooms out about once a year is kind of like our target. So we keep things fresh. Yeah.
How did you think about this type of business? So, usually when people go into business, they look at their own skills and they're like, oh, I could do this. I can do what brought you and your team or the founders to create this escape room? I mean, you're not the only one that has an escape room, but what kind of came together to create your business?
Yeah, so escape rooms like started to like gain some like popularity in like 2014 is when like they really started to like get on the map. And that's when our founders had gone and played some escape rooms and they were like, this is awesome, And they're like, we could totally do something like this. And then that's how, Escape Rhode Island was born.
Wow.
It's just inspired because like, it's a lot of fun to like have like that creative side too,
Right.
And so you're not only running a business, but it's like constantly creating and like adapting. And there's always something like new that we could be working on and stuff like that. So
do you try and create new rooms, like one new room or 2 new rooms a year, or how does that work?
we strive for about like 1 a year, and really kind of like depends. And obviously in 2020, we did not like create a new room, but we did create the outdoor game. So we used our time wisely and kind of adapted. We also took 3 out of our 4 in-person games and turned them virtual. That way people could play from the safety of their home, especially to like during like lockdowns and stuff like that, where, you know, everyone's getting like a little stir crazy and they couldn't come out to the venues. So we kind of, you know, pivoted and adapted. And
how do people get that information? Is that on your website?
Yeah, that's on our website too. So if you go to like our games, it will drop down a menu, and there is indoor, there's virtual, and then there's outdoor, and then there's virtual.
That is great.
Yeah,
that is great. Let's take a look.
Yeah, so the Speakeasy, Space Station, Andromeda, and the Mausoleum are all virtual. So what that kind of looks like is you would control an avatar or one of our employees inside the room. So they would have like a HD camera feed on them, and we give the teams a inventory-based system. So as like the team will all be playing on like a Zoom program, and they'll be like, oh, can you like go over and explore like that corner of the room? And like, I'll be like, yeah, oh, look, I found this like mysterious tile, you know, here, let me upload it to the inventory. And then they have a snapshot image of,
oh my God, wow.
Of like what that looks like. And like, then they know, like, as they find stuff, they'll like can go through their inventory and like, oh wait, no, let's use this with that. And they'll
That's a lot of work.
It was, I mean, it was very challenging. That was probably like one of the more challenging things to do during, you know, the pandemic, because we are very much a in-person, you know, like experience that is best played together, you know, and the pandemic was just like, well, maybe gathering inside is not the best idea right now.
Well, and even on our show, we were always asking like, so what did you do now that everything's closed down, and what, you know, how are you shifting? How are you pivoting? And even that question at this point is like, it's almost what's really happening. We're focusing on like exiting this tunnel, and we don't really know. I mean, I think our businesses are all looking at how do we emerge from this, and what do we keep, you know, like, will you keep the virtual? Will you keep the outside space? Because that's something you did for the pivot. And is that a beneficial piece of your business now?
Yeah. We do envision keeping both. We do think, like, you know, our flagship main thing is our in-person experiences, and that will like take the forefront. But so as of right now, the in-person play is offered 6 days a week. Outdoor play is offered 6 days a week. Virtual has scaled back, and it's only Tuesday through Friday right now. But we are keeping it around, because the nice thing is we've had teams play from, like, you know, the UK and Europe and stuff like that. And they're excited because they're like, we would have never had the opportunity to play your games.
Right.
But now that you've like kind of gone virtual, we can actually experience these.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. I love the idea of the outside one, just because it's, you know, people want to get out, but we don't really know what to do, or I don't really know what to do. So it'd be fun to say to some friends like, hey, let's just go out and do this fun thing and be outside. And I love that. So Ben and I, every week, or we try to every week, we do a lightning round. And the lightning round is a game that we're going to put on you today, Chris.
Ooh,
and so it's super easy, though. The questions are fun and super easy. And I actually wrote some new questions today just in honor of the gaming concept. So are you up for a lightning round?
I'm always up for a challenge.
Ooh. Someday that's going to be like a
very exciting.
All right. So Ben sets the clock for 1 minute. And these are just quick, easy, first thing that comes to your mind. Okay. And there's a little bit of, so here we go. What is the biggest business shift you made in the last year?
Probably pivoting to try and make our in-person experiences virtual.
And what's the best way for a customer to find you and hire you or come and visit you?
They can visit us on www.escaperhodeisland.com, our website. And they can also call us at the venue, 401-326-2222. We do require reservations, so they would have to make that either online or over the phone.
Cool. If you were hired for the coolest gig ever, what would it be?
The coolest gig ever. I'm not sure if I fully understand it, but I am a huge fan of music and outdoors. So it would probably involve something of those two.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. So who, dead or alive, would you like to have coffee with and pick their brain?
Ooh, that is such a good question. There's so many people out there. Oh man. I would have to say Mr. Rogers.
Oh, that's good. All right, here's an easy one, and it's in honor of James Lipton, who died 1 year ago from inside the actor's studio. What is your favorite curse word?
My favorite curse word is probably bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's good. Well, it was a joy to have you here, and I look
Yes.
forward to finding you at Escape Rhode Island.
Yes, please do. Yeah, come down, play a game with us. We guarantee you'll have a lot of fun. And thank you so much for hosting this wonderful space and doing all you do with Visual Thrive and supporting the small businesses.
Yeah, thank you. Ben and I are having a lot of fun. And we have a Shop Local Rhode Island marketplace coming soon. So you'll be able to sell right on that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris. It was
Great
wonderful
to meet you.
And I can't wait to see you at Escape Rhode Island because I'm definitely checking that out.
Awesome.
So, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
He was amazing.
I know. You say that every week.
Because
amazing.
It's not like the guests are chosen and they're, you know what I mean? Like, I would feel horrible if we ever had a guest on and I had to earnestly go like, that was horrible.
Yeah, that's true. Lori, we probably wouldn't do that on our show.
Why would we have that person on?
But you know what? We offer it to every business on Shop Local Rhode Island. So for any business, you need to know that it's up to you to come on to the show. It's just first come, first serve. So we think that any business that's willing to jump in and talk about their business is going to be a fun one to talk to. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I put you full screen so I could stealthily change the background back. Yeah.
What's your favorite curse word? Can I put you on the spot? I know you love James Lipton because you're an actor, right? So best show ever.
I really like fuck.
Oh yeah.
I
like motherfucker.
Yeah. All right.
Should we be saying that on the show? I don't know, but I swear a lot. So I try to be, I thought that was a good question. And I'm thinking that we probably need to ask that question to every guest. So if you're willing to jump in and get that question in the lightning round, you're going to be an amazing guest. How's that?
Yes, absolutely. So when I think that's awesome. I have better sound effects now, so I'm going to fix the lightning round. But sound effects and I'm gonna get a new lightning thing as well. Carrie, hey Carrie. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out shoplocalrhodeisland.com and Visual Thrive.
And do more of what makes you happy.
Cheers.
Costanzagrams.
Check out Costanzagrams.
And we could like clink our cups together.
All right, ready?
Cheers.
Ready? Cheers.
Clink. Have a great day, everyone.
All right. Have a great day, Lori. We have one more person who said this. Morning. Hey, guys. Morning, Carrie. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm just stalling until I have way too many videos on here to find the exit video. Bye, everybody.